The Akiyama clan village burned in a single night, its bloodline erased by Hidden Stone's elite jonin. Beneath a collapsed hut, a 7-year-old boy crawled out from under his dead mother's arm. Those dark purple eyes held no tears, only a void that would never close. 10 years passed. The boy who once crawled through ash now stood before a forbidden organization's recruiter. Sign in blood. Your old name dies here. From this moment, you belong to the Black Dawn.
Hidden Stone. I'll use the Black Dawn to reduce you to ashes.
In his other hand, a worn photograph of his smiling family burned slowly at the corner. His stare promised annihilation, not just for the killers, but for the village that gave the order. The recruitment scroll bore his new name in crimson. The Black Dawn had its newest weapon. He walked into their darkness without hesitation. Revenge would be his only compass. 10 years earlier, a wild-eyed boy hid in the forest, gnawing on wolf bones to survive.
You are bleeding. If you want revenge, you'll need more than teeth.
The old sword master forged the boy's rage into skill, year after year in the wilderness.
That technique is forbidden. Where did you learn to pull shadows from your own soul?
It came to me during the massacre. It's the only thing that kept me alive.
The Black Dawn has been watching. A shadow jutsu user belongs with us, not a washed-up hermit.
They'll use you, Daiki. You think you can control them, but they'll swallow you whole.
Let them try. I'll swallow them first and spit out their bones at Hidden Stone's gates.
Then go. But when you burn that village, make sure you still recognize yourself in the ashes.
Daiki didn't look back. The Black Dawn was not salvation. It was a weapon, and he intended to wield it until it broke. The Black Dawn's fortress loomed like a wound on the cliffside, its gates swallowing the light.
So you are the shadow jutsu orphan. The scouts say you'd burn the world for revenge.
I'd burn it myself if I could, but I am here to borrow your fire.
Then wear our colors. Survive the initiation, and the Black Dawn will arm your vengeance.
This robe is just a tool, one that brings me closer to Hidden Stone's gates.
Your opponent is already waiting. He wears a mask. He won't stop until one of you falls.
A masked enemy means nothing. They can send a demon, and I'll still walk out.
Circular stone platform, ringed by shadows. The only law, fight until one can't stand. Daiki stepped into the center, his shadow stretching long against the stone. He waited. From the dark archway, a figure emerged. Its face hidden beneath porcelain, its silence heavier than any blade. The masked figure exploded forward, a blur of black cloth and silent killing intent. Daiki's blade met him with sparks.
He moves like a cornered animal, not a hired killer. That's hatred, raw and old.
Tendrils of living shadow burst from Daiki's outstretched hand, twisting through the torchlight like drowning hands, reaching for air.
You think I can't see it. You are fighting with grief, not discipline. Take off that mask.
The opponent slipped through the shadow net as if he'd trained against it 1,000 times. He knew this jutsu.
Those counters, Sho would recognize them. This man was taught by an Akiyama sword master.
Blow after blow, neither giving ground. A knuckle caught the mask's edge, and porcelain spiderwebbed with a crack.
That scar. I've seen that pattern before. Who are you?
Before the answer could form, the masked one slammed his palm against the porcelain, forcing it to hold. But Daiki had glimpsed something he couldn't unsee. The fight teetered on a knife's edge, not life and death, but past and present. 2 broken children standing in the same fire.
Kato, it can't be. I saw you crushed under burning timber. All of us did. They didn't just steal my clan. They hollowed out my friend and stuffed him with their lies.
I don't know that name. The Black Dawn gave me a blade and a reason to swing it.
Daiki's parry was instinct, but his counter held back a decade of grief he couldn't weaponize against a brother. Shadow tendrils erupted and seized Kaito's limbs, pinning him to the blood-stained stone. The fight was over.
I won't kill a ghost. Not when there's still a chance to drag you back from whatever they did.
Enough. You've proven your resolve and your weakness. Welcome to the Black Dawn, Daiki. Your friend will serve as a reminder. Guard your compassion, or it will bury you.
I spared him, but he's still their weapon. And now I am wearing their mask.
The initiation ended with Daiki standing, but the scar on his heart tore wider. He was now a member of the organization he planned to destroy. A day later, Daiki was summoned to the East Corridor. A woman in a Black Dawn robe waited, her smirk already sharpened.
So, you are the new toy. They told me you beat Kaito and still cried about it.
Crying wastes water. I just didn't feel like killing a brainwashed kid.
How noble. But here, partners watch each other's backs, or stab them. Same coin, really.
She's bored. Not dangerous. But that laugh, it's a mask, thick as Kaito's porcelain.
That scar on your cheek, did a hidden stone Jonin give you that? Or did you do it yourself just to look tragic?
Neither. It's a reminder. When I am finished, theirs will be deeper.
Kuroku's voice echoed from the shadows. They were now partners. Ayaka rolled her eyes, but her gaze never left Daiki's.
Stay close. Keep lying. If she's a spy, the best place to hide is inside her sight.
And so the S-rank Kunoichi and the last Akiyama began their uneasy dance, neither showing their real steps. 3 nights later, a supply compound under Hidden Stone's protection found itself in their crosshairs.
The guards rotate every 12 minutes. I'll shadow kill the first 2. You take the watchtower.
You don't trust me to handle the harder side? I am flattered.
Shadow tendrils became silent assassins, curling around sentries' necks and muffling breath before they could scream. Ayaka moved like a phantom through the watchtower, her kunai leaving no survivors. But one guard she merely struck unconscious.
She didn't kill that one. Deliberate. Almost like she wanted him to sound an alarm.
The compound fell in 47 minutes. Kuroku received the report with a rare nod, but Daiki's mind stayed on that one spared heartbeat. That night, instead of resting, he slipped into the ventilation ducts above her quarters.
Every glance she gives the ceiling, every scroll she burns, I'll map it all until I know whose side her blade is really sharpened for.
Thus began a silent war of observation, where a wrong move would mean more than death. It would mean losing his only path to Hidden Stone. 3 nights after the compound raid, Daiki followed a flicker of candlelight through the base. She slipped into a restricted archive, the door barely whispering shut. Daiki pressed his ear to the cold stone. Through a crack, he saw her hunched over a desk stacked with Hidden Stone classified documents.
Those aren't just files. They're sealed, Jonin orders. She's not just a criminal. She's a spy inside a spy organization.
He stepped out of the shadows, the weak candle flame shivering between them.
You were slow to kill that guard. Now I see why. You were saving your real mission for this.
And here, I thought you only watched me because you were lonely. These documents, I am just improving my reading. Hidden Stone calligraphy is tragically dull.
Deflecting. Fine. But she knows I know. The game just got sharper.
He turned and left, but the scroll's seal was burned into his memory. The Tsuchikage's personal crest, a folded note on his pillow. Rooftop, midnight. Come alone or don't come at all. Under a bruise-colored sky, Daiki found her standing with her back to the moon, arms loose at her sides.
I am not going to ask nicely again. Stop digging into things that don't concern you.
Everything in this base concerns me when it's stamped with the Tsuchikage's seal.
Maybe I just collect antique paperwork. You don't know my hobbies.
You spared a soldier who could have blown our cover. You are either the worst assassin in the Black Dawn, or you are working for someone else.
If I were working for someone else, you'd already be dead. I'd have planted a blade in your spine nights ago.
Then why haven't you? Because I am useful, or because killing me would ruin whatever game you are playing with that scroll.
The wind sliced between them, neither blinking. The silence was a third presence, heavier than any confession.
Keep playing detective, Daiki. Just remember, the last person who guessed my secret is buried under the eastern watchtower.
Daiki returned to his room, but the ceiling felt closer than the sky. He couldn't stop now. He slipped through the base when the hour turned dead into her empty quarters.
She'd never leave the damning scroll where I could find it again. The real threat is under my feet.
A loose plank near the bedpost. Beneath it, a tiny scroll sealed with the Tsuchikage's crest and a single line in ink. It read, "Your father grows impatient. The festival will be our window. Send no further reports."
Father. She's no common spy. She's connected to the Kage's inner household. Maybe his own blood.
The evidence was poison. If he showed Kuroku, Ayaka would die before sunrise, but she'd never speak the full truth unless cornered.
I could force her intel to point Black Dawn at Hidden Stone's weakest gate. Use her own game to arm my revenge. But first, I need her to admit she's the Tsuchikage's tool. No more deflections. No more teeth. Just the truth.
He slid the plank back into place. The next dawn would not rise on secrets. He would force Ayaka to speak, or he would bury her silence himself. Daiki climbed to the rooftop at midnight. Ayaka was already there, as if she'd been expecting him.
I know who you are. This scroll says, "Your father grows impatient." Signed with the Tsuchikage's two seal. You are not just a spy. You are his daughter. So tell me, why should I let you breathe another night?
Because I am the only one here who wants him dead more than you do. He didn't just order your massacre. He killed my mother too. Strangled her while I hid in the closet. I've waited 5 years inside this organization, gathering secrets, waiting for the moment I could plant my blade in that monster's heart.
Then, we're the same rotten coin. I came here to burn Hidden Stone to ashes, starting with the Kage.
The silence between them transformed. No longer two spies circling, but two survivors standing on the same bloody ground.
Then stop aiming at me and aim at the village that broke us both. I'll give you everything I know, but my father is mine.
She's not a spy. She's a time bomb aimed at the same target. And suddenly, I am not alone.
He called it cleaning the weak bloodline. My mother was from a lesser clan. He killed her loyalty test and called it my fault.
My clan was Akiyama. The Hidden Stone erased us in one night. I crawled out from under my mother's corpse. I joined the Black Dawn as a weapon. I'll use them to tear down that village and then dismantle them too.
So we're both liars playing the long game. I have the intel, you have the shadow jutsu. Together, we might actually live to see that bastard fall.
No more secrets between us. If Kuroku finds out, we're both dead. Are you ready for that?
I've been ready since I was 12, but I never thought I'd have a partner who understands what it feels like to have your family turned to ash.
They stood at the edge of the roof, the Black Dawn's fortress sprawling beneath them, and forged an alliance built on mutual destruction.
She's the first person who hasn't tried to bury my pain under pity. But trust is a blade. I've been cut before. From now on, we move together. We share everything. Information, suspicions, weaknesses. When the time comes, we strike as one.
Then let's start tonight. I'll show you every weak point I've mapped in Hidden Stone's walls. But, Daiki, don't make me regret this.
In the days after, Daiki and Ayaka shared intel in fleeting whispers, but a pair of narrow eyes never stopped watching.
She no longer taunts him. Their silences aren't hostile, they're shared. That's more dangerous than any blade.
Ryu slipped into the meeting hall where Kuroku listened, his parchment already smeared with suspicion.
You've risked my attention again, Ryu. What have your little observations caught this time?
The orphan and the kunoichi. They don't bicker anymore. They move like two hands of the same dead clock. I say they're scheming.
Ayaka has always been a performance, but if the boy has turned her, perhaps a loyalty test is overdue.
Something cold grazes my neck every time I step into the corridor. We're not alone in this alliance anymore.
I saw Ryu near our last meeting point. His scarf didn't move. No breath. He was holding still to listen.
Then, Kuroku will test us. Not with suspicion, with an order. We prepare for the worst mission they can throw at us.
Kuroku's brush paused over parchment, an order that would force their true colors to bleed through the Black Dawn's crimson clouds. Before dawn, a Black Dawn herald dragged Daiki and Ayaka to the central chamber, where Kuroku's map already bled with new orders.
You've grown comfortable together. Prove it's not a conspiracy. Kill Councilman Isao before he leaks our next operation.
Isao. He's not a warrior, just a bureaucrat with a family. This isn't a mission. It's a test of our souls.
He's been feeding intel to Hidden Stone. His blood will seal your loyalty, or your own will stain this floor.
We'll leave before sunset tomorrow. You'll have his head by dawn, Kuroku.
She didn't hesitate. To her, this councilman is just another limb of the beast that killed her mother. I am the one still counting bodies.
Bring proof. A memory of his final breath won't do. I want his seal and his tongue.
You'll have both. We understand the price of failure. If I refuse now, we're dead. If I kill Isao, I become the kind of monster I swore to destroy. No clean path left.
The weight of the scroll Kuroku handed them was lighter than the burden it carried, an order that would stain their hands or end their lives. Snow clung to the windowsill as Daiki and Ayaka crept into Isao's private study. The councilman sat unaware, reading reports by candlelight. Isao's wrinkled hands turned a page. A family portrait stood on his desk. A wife, 2 daughters. Not a weapon in sight.
This isn't a soldier. He won't even fight back. I can't become what killed my clan.
Daiki. Every minute we wait, Hidden Stone finds another family to slaughter. This is our only path forward.
My mother's corpse flashes in my mind. But that doesn't justify me becoming a murderer of the defenseless.
Ayaka's hand forced his forward. The blade entered Isao's throat before a scream could form. Blood sprayed across the family portrait.
I struck him. His eyes looked at me, not with accusation, but confusion. I've become the monster they made me.
It's done. Take his seal. Don't make this worse by leaving a mess.
Daiki stumbled out of the window, his hands still shaking. Ayaka followed, her expression unreadable. The snow outside erased their footprints, but not the stain on their souls. Kuroku would get his proof. But Daiki knew. Tonight, he had lost something no revenge could ever return. The moment they returned, the air inside the base felt thinner. A predator had caught their scent.
The councilman's seal was fresh, but the blood on your sleeve isn't his. Is it Ayaka?
All blood looks the same in the dark. You should get more sleep, Ryu. Paranoia stains deeper than any wound.
I've watched you for years. You don't flinch when you kill. But tonight, your hand shook, and Daiki's was your shadow.
He knows. Maybe not the full truth, but enough to sink us. We have days, not weeks.
Ryu slipped away like smoke, leaving Ayaka alone. But Daiki emerged from the dark, his jaw set.
We accelerate. Hidden Stone's festival is in 3 weeks. We hit them before Kuroku decides we're a liability.
Show. He can get us the village patrol rotations. We'll need paths in and out, and a distraction big enough to draw my father out.
I'll bring Sho in. We trust him. When we move, it's not just an assassination, it's a siege. And after we burn the Black Dawn from the inside.
The decision was made. No more waiting. In the shadow of the Black Dawn, they would become its destruction. Under a sliver of moon, they fled the base. Sho's campfire was their only light.
You've brought a partner. Good. The burden of a clan's blood is one that needs sharing.
We need your intel. The festival is in 3 weeks. We're not waiting longer.
Sho spread a map marked with patrol schedules and a single black X on the festival location.
The smoke will help, But the Tsuchikage's guards will be everywhere. You'll need a distraction.
I'll be the distraction. Full shadow jutsu release. I can make a phantom that looks and feels real.
Full release. Daiki, you'll burn out your own life. Is revenge worth the cost of your soul?
My soul died 10 years ago in that fire. All that's left is a purpose.
Then let my purpose stand with yours. We do this together. No sacrifices.
3 weeks. That's all they had to prepare the attack that would shake Hidden Stone. The festival lanterns became signal fires. Black Dawn forces poured through Hidden Stone's gates, their red clouds glowing in the blaze.
This street. That corner. My mother's last smile. Tonight, every stone will drown in their blood.
Shadow tendrils silenced the Jonin guards before they could raise an alarm. Ayaka's kunai found every gap in their crumbling formation, a 10-year echo. Daiki saw the elder who ordered the massacre fleeing through the chaos, the same cold eyes.
You are the one who held my mother down while they slit her throat.
Daiki, stay with me. Don't lose yourself before we reach the palace. Personal debts after.
They cut through the heart of the village like a scythe. The Akiyama clan symbol, worn on a wall, passed by in a blur.
That symbol is almost gone. When this night ends, no trace of Hidden Stone's shame will remain.
At last, the palace's grand doors loomed before them. Smoke and fire painted the sky behind. The Tsuchikage waited inside.
His chakra is inside, cold and waiting. Are you ready, Daiki?
I've been ready since I was 7.
The palace doors shattered inward. The Tsuchikage sat on his stone throne, as if the burning village were merely a draft.
You remember the Akiyama clan. You ordered their extinction. I am the last.
A stray cub. Your clan was a threat. I did what a Kage must.
And what about Mother? Was she a threat too, when you strangled her for bloodline impurity?
Ayaka, you were supposed to be in the Black Dawn, not leading them to my door.
I've spent 5 years sharpening my blade for this moment, and I brought a friend.
Earth walls erupted around the Kage, but Daiki's shadows were already beneath his feet, ready to swallow stone.
You think a forbidden technique and a traitorous daughter can dethrone me.
I don't want your throne. I want your last breath.
Ayaka's kunai are said from behind, forcing her father to split his defense. The throne room became a cage of shadow and stone. Daiki's shadows constricted the Tsuchikage from the front, while Ayaka's kunai found the gap between his shoulder blades.
Ayaka, the elders forced my hand. I only ordered the execution. Your mother's death was their spite.
You still gave the order. You still let them take her from me.
The Tsuchikage's body crumpled to the stone floor, the Kage's hat rolling away like a hollow crown. Hidden Stone's last fires reflected in Daiki's dark purple eyes. The village that had erased his clan was now a graveyard of its own making.
10 years. Every face I lost, every scream I buried, and still the emptiness didn't vanish with his heartbeat.
I thought killing him would make me whole, but now there's nothing. Just the echo of my mother's last silence.
The palace walls cracked above them. Outside, Black Dawn's crimson clouds still flew, but Daiki's allegiance to them had already died. Ayaka's revenge was complete, Daiki's vengeance achieved. Yet neither could summon a smile. Hidden Stone fell in silence, its screams already ash. All that remained were 2 orphans and a question neither was ready to answer. Daiki stood alone in the ashen field that was once Hidden Stone, his shadow longer than his future felt.
My clan is avenged, and yet I feel nothing but the weight of every life I took to get here.
Ayaka appeared at his side, her black robe torn, her eyes raw. She didn't speak, but her silence was louder than any word.
I killed my father. I thought I'd feel free. Instead, I just feel erased.
Then we're still the same. 2 ghosts with blood on our hands, standing in the wreckage of our old lives.
Black Dawn will hunt us now. Kuroku won't forgive what we've done, but I'd rather be hunted with you than serve him alone.
Then we leave this place together. No more masters, no more secret wars, just us.
Their fingers intertwined, a quiet pact against the coming storm. For the first time, Daiki's hand felt warm. They walked towards the dawn, leaving the crimson clouds of the black dawn behind, but knowing the shadows would follow.
My revenge is over. Now, I have something to protect. And that's a different kind of war.
The old road stretched before them, dust mixing with the last embers of a dead village. Neither looked back. Behind them, the black dawn's red clouds gathered silently, already plotting their next move.
They'll send Ryu first. He's the kind of hunter who enjoys a long chase.
Then we'll be ready. Together. We're not just survivors, we're a threat.
The sunrise painted their silhouettes in gold. Two dark figures walking into an uncertain future. Daiki's dark purple eyes held a new light. Not revenge, but resolve, hand in hand. They disappeared over the horizon, leaving only footprints and a legend of the night hidden stone burned. The black dawn would hunt them. But today, the dawn belonged to them.
For the first time, the road ahead felt like a choice, not a sentence.
Their war was over. A new one waited on the horizon. But for now, they walked free.